The Magic Paintbrush, Chapter 3. It was impossible to walk into Lao Lao's apartment and not stare. There was stuff everywhere. Art magazines and books on antiques layered every horizontal surface. Porcelain vases and jade teapots jostled for room with decorative urns and ancient clay bowls. The walls dripped with painted scrolls and dainty brushwork. In the midst of these breathtaking pieces, Lao Lao was, well, less than breathtaking. Her hair was short, gray, and permed into the same feathery hairstyle she'd worn all of Amy's life. A flowery purple blouse swamped her small frame, the edge of it fluttering behind her as she flitted around the apartment, putting on the kettle for tea, slicing oranges, bringing out trays of sunflower seeds and pistachios. "Oh, don't bother, Ma, please," Mom said. She had the same smiling eyes as Lao Lao, the same tidy nose, but where Amy's mom was lean and tan from playing tennis and jogging, Lao Lao looked as soft as the tasseled cushions decorating her sofa. "Come sit down. We can't stay long. Traffic's going to be terrible heading to the airport, and we're running late already." "We're happy to help with anything you need once we get back," Dad said. Like Amy, he gaped at the apartment's contents. "I'm sorry to ask such a big favor when you're still settling in." No worries, Lao Lao said cheerfully. The kettle whistled. She whisked it off the burner. "You two enjoy your vacation. Amy and I will have our own fun without you." "I'm sure you will," Mom nudged Amy. "Amy's been to Flushing before. She can show you around." Lao Lao looked thrilled. Amy managed a smile. For a while, conversation turned to their Arctic trip. Then, with an, "Oh, we really should get going," and a promise to call before they boarded the cruise ship, her parents traipsed out the door. Mom kissed Amy on the cheek and whispered, "Remember, you promised to try." Then the door shut. Amy and Lao Lao looked at each other. The ornate gold clock on the wall tick, tick, ticked. For a moment, Amy thought she saw something contemplative in her grandma's eyes, as if Amy were a piece of art and not a girl. Then it was gone. "So," Lao Lao clapped her hands together, "your mom tells me you're an artist." Amy shrugged. She didn't even share her art with her parents anymore. She wasn't about to trot it out for a grandmother she barely knew. "Can I see my room, please?" she said, and hoped Lao Lao would let the subject go. "Of course," Lao Lao said. "Right this way." Amy breathed a sigh of relief and followed. Lao Lao's guest room was just as strange and art-infested as the rest of her apartment. Even the twin bed cowered beneath an enormous painting. "Excuse the mess," Lao Lao gestured to the overflowing cardboard boxes in the corner. "Every time I think I'm finished, I find more boxes to unpack." "How could there be more?" Amy gingerly set her suitcase beside a lamp crawling with brass snakes. "Did it take a long time to collect all this stuff?" "Oh, yes. I found that gorgeous lamp discarded at a flea market. And this urn, it was gifted to me by a man in Jingzhen when I was a young woman. And the painting?" As Amy had expected, Lao Lao owned a lot of Chinese brushwork, but the piece above the bed was oil. Thick black paint slashed across the canvas, broken only by blossoms of red and orange flames. It took Amy a moment to realize she was looking at a dog, a terrifying beast with burning paws and coal pit eyes. Magma dripped from its jowls. Her mom would have shuddered. Her dad would have muttered, "There's no accounting for taste." But the creature mesmerized Amy. The longer she stared at it, the more she felt like it was staring back at her, like it was waiting for an opportunity to step out of its frame. "Ah, do you like it?" That's one of mine. Yours? Lao Lao laughed. Just a little experiment. If you like it, you can have it. I'll trade it for one of your paintings. Amy couldn't imagine anyone giving up a masterpiece like this. If she ever drew anything that good, she'd cherish it for the rest of her life. But you haven't even... I don't think that would be a fair trade. Lao Lao lifted her eyebrows. Why not? Because this is art, Amy said, and my stuff is just... She didn't even know what to say. Doodles, echoed her mom's voice. It's a huaodao, Lao Lao said. Do you know what that is? The name rang a bell in Amy's memories. Faintly, she recalled a story her mom had told her when she was little, a fairy tale about an ominous dog whose heavy paws burned the ground, leaving behind flames and calamity. But she wasn't in the mood right now for fairy tales, so she just said, "Yeah, I know," and turned away to open her suitcase. Lao Lao patted Amy's shoulder. "Come on, you can do that later. Let's go explore Flushing."